What do you make of him? I mean, obviously we've seen some struggles this year. He scored some goals. He's gotten some good shots on net and was able to make the most of the opportunities. But I think we've seen him struggle defensively. And he seems to he gets the puck bullied off him. He just always seems he can never win those puck battles. And for a guy who's 6'6" and skates, it's like, man, like I expect him to be so much more of, he doesn't have to be an enforcer, but just, someone who can control the ice more. And I just feel like he has not been able to do that. I mean, so what are your thoughts on him? Does he have a place on this team going forward? And what do you think he needs to do to kind of even out that his play?
So last year, Rasmussen's been a really big disappointment to me. I'll be completely honest. I've been really disappointed with
Yep.
how he's played last year, mostly because last year he was taking some major strides. So a player like Michael Rasmussen, who's not the most highly skilled, who's 6'7", just a big guy and an okay skater, what you want him to do is set screens at the net, just be a big body at the net, win battles at the net. So a Nick Leddy or a
Almost be
Chrona
like
can
a
rip one
Thomas
from the blue
Holmstrom.
line. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just fill it up at the crease. You want him to be winning individual puck battles. You want him to just bully people along the sides, especially guys who are significantly smaller than him. And then lastly, you want him to be competent defensively. And I think he's only been one of those so far this year. I have not seen him setting screens almost ever. He doesn't seem to be jockeying for position properly at the front of the net. He, like you said, he's getting bullied by guys who are like 5'9". And no offense to my
Yeah.
short kings, but man, like a 6'7" guy has to win those puck battles. Like he has to get in there and win those, and
Absolutely.
he's not. Um, and then defensively, he's been okay in his own zone, but in terms of maintaining possession and finishing on chances, he's just been awful. He almost looks scared to have the puck on his stick. He'll get forward, he'll get it on there, and he'll just, except for one play this year, he's whiffed on it. I'm really disappointed. He has another year on contract, and he has looked good the past couple of games. So like, I'll cool down on my. I don't want to say hate because I like Rasmussen, but my criticism, my heavy criticism, I'll calm down on it for
Yep.
now. But he's got to really show something in the next couple of years, or he's not going to have a role on this team. And even at best, I think a role
Yep.
with him is a fourth line center.
Yeah. No, I'm I'm in pretty much full agreement there. And the thing with Steve Eiserman, I mean, really, unless he drafted you and unless your name's Dylan Larkin because he's the captain, if he thinks you're not producing and he can get a value for you in terms of draft capital or another player like similar to the Mantha Vrana trade, because honestly, I think with what we got for out of Vrana and the Mantha thing there, like Mantha was never meant to be a top line guy, whereas on the Capitals, I think he flourishes much better. And Vrana coming here is honestly a very replaceable player. And I think if Rasmussen gets that same point, if we're at a point next year and there's a team that needs a fourth line center who's trying to make a run, I would not be shocked at all if Stevie moved him to get something. I don't think he'll get a first rounder by any means, but if he can get a third round pick for him or something along those lines. I mean, it is a starting center on your fourth line in the NHL. It's not cheap. I think he'll do it. So we'll see. Obviously, I always root for the guy. I obviously want the players on our team to be the ones who work out so we can, it's one step closer to winning a cup again. But we'll have to see what happens with Big Rass. The other player I want to talk about, and this is the one I'm more optimistic on because I think he plays very, very well. He just he he can't get lucky to save his life. Like it's getting to the point where I feel bad for him, and it's Philip Zadina. I was ecstatic when they drafted him. I loved I'm going to fill their pucks with their nets with pucks. Comment on draft night for all the people that passed on him, and I think he plays. I think he plays really well. Like he makes some real. I think he can make some really really good moves with the puck, and he's got a shot. Like he can be a sniper. He just hasn't been able to bury a goal, and it's to the point where it's comical because with people are pulling up the analytics, and the for him to have the string of luck he's having with the amount of quality shots on net that he's had and to not score, he's like 7 goals below the average based on where how many quality shots on net he's gotten and taken. So this lead back around to the question, do you think Zadina gets it together? Is he just in kind of a bad luck dry spell? And what do you think his role on this team is going forward? Is he, a second line forward with the potential to be a first liner, or do you think he's just going to kind of hover that third and fourth line, for a while?
So Zadina has been so frustrating this year, but the thing is, you and I and every fan on earth are not nearly as frustrated as he is at himself. When you see him make
Yeah.
just miss it just by this much, he grips the stick. I've seen him break the stick. He'll yell, he'll scream, he'll shout because he knows he can do better, and I think he can too. Like you said, the underlying statistics, otherwise than like Corsi 4 and some of the possession, in terms of shots, he has the second most shots on the team. He has 71 shots, I think, on the season right now, behind only Dylan Larkin. He's good in the offensive zone. He'll strip pucks from other forwards, other defensemen, create offensive series out of nothing. I mentioned that earlier about how the Wings have been doing that lately, and that he's one of the guys who does it most. He'll make plays where it's just ridiculous. He'll just outhandle someone, take the puck, and rip a shot. It just hasn't found the back of the net yet.